If you're a content creator, if you're a YouTuber, audio can make or break your video. And also on the other side, you probably already run across all these videos saying you shouldn't cheap out on a good microphone. If you don't know how to use it, $1,000 microphone can also sound the same as like a $25 microphone. There's also more work to be done once you have your audio in post. Over the years, I've found and constructed an audio preset that I use on every single one of my projects. If it's a YouTube video, if it's a documentary, if it's an interview, and it's not only work with my microphone, it's work with clip-on lavalier mics, wireless microphones, and all these different other ones that I have rented. This is what it sounds like with my preset off. Wait, I forgot, I have to talk. So this is me just talking, and if you can hear a difference in the audio, the preset on, it sounds more full, it sounds more open. But even more examples on these different other projects where I used a clip-on mic, a wireless microphone, this is what it sounds like, raw, straight from the camera, without the preset at all.
I think for me, it's kind of like that 10,000 piece puzzle.
And now throwing that preset on,
and I didn't get to know what the picture looked like. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out.
It almost revived and saved that audio. I'm gonna recreate this preset by scratch and show you everything that I put on it to get my audio to sound like this. And then I will show you how to save the preset so you can have for any projects that you do, that you can slip on any audio file moving forward. Sweet, let's get into it. All right, so let's build this preset. In Premiere, let's start out with any audio clip that you have. We're using that audio clip to build the preset. And then after that, you can add it to as many audio clips as you want ever. We are going to our effects tab first. The first effect that we're going to add to this audio clip is called dynamic processing. Search it up on the effects tab, find it, drag it to your audio file, and here we are. So now we're going to go to our custom setup. The individual points that is important to this is point 1, 2, and 3. Point 1 is your compressor. You want that above -20 dBs. And then on the graph, you see kind of the two middle points there, and the first one on the top right under the topmost point, that one, set it to -15 y-axis to -20 x-axis. So it stems out just a little bit. So now for point 2, which is your neutral, that one you want below -20 dBs. And now for point 3, your expander, you want below -63 dBs essentially. And then you see that middlemost point there on the graph, that you want around -53 y-axis, -63 x-axis, and that's how you get that point there. So you want also the makeup gain to be 0. And also on the settings side of this in this panel, these are all the settings that I also add to it, and that is what creates the full dynamic processing panel. The next effect to add to this audio clip is called the multi-band compressor. Drag and drop to the same audio clip. The first thing to set is the preset. For this one, I have it set to broadcast. Click on the preset, select broadcast, and then looking down to the other points, the first one, which is blue that you see over here, the thresh, I set it to -20.2 dBs, gain 1, ratio 3:1, attack 1, release 100 ms. The second one, I put thresh -12 dBs, gain 0, ratio 2:1, attack 1, same. Third one, the green tab, I've set it to -18 dBs, gain 0, ratio 2.1, and attack at 1. The attack and release are all the same across the boards. And now for the last tab as well, the purple tab, thresh -25 dBs, gain 3, ratio 3:1. The only other things I've selected on the side where you see output gain, I put gain -12 dBs, and then down on the limiter side, the thresh -10, the margin -0.1 dBs, attack 4, and release 500 ms. The options, I have selected brick wall limiter. After that, you're done with your multi-band compressor panel. The next effect is called Parametric Equalizer. Here, the preset that I have down is Vocal Enhancer. The overall overview of the chart that I created with these individual points, this is what the shape looks like. For frequency, I have it at 80 Hz, gain 24 dBs, band HP, and then for the first one, the L shape, I have it set to 118 Hz, 8 dBs. The L focusing more on that shape for the width. Moving on to 1, kept it at 50 Hz, 0 dBs. 2 as well, kept it the same, 200 Hz. I think that's the default settings. For 3, I've set it to 400 Hz and -3 dBs and 1.5 width. For 4, 3200 Hz, 0 dBs and 2 width. 0.5, I've set to 12,800 Hz, 0 dB, 2 width as well. And then for the final panel, which is the H panel, I have set it to 17,458 Hz, 13.9 dBs, and the opposite kind of width as the L tab. And down below, the only other difference is I have selected constant Q, ultra quiet is selected on, and then the range I have set for 30 dBs. I have that selected. Now, the last effect to add onto it is the denoise effect. So with my setup, I usually just use light noise reduction. It works perfectly fine with me. But when there's times I'm using different microphones, I've tweaked it to my liking, however much, increase the percentage, increase kind of where it's focusing, focusing on the different parameters and things like that. Light noise reduction at 20% usually is enough. Those 4 make up the full preset. Let me show you how to save this preset now. Hold down Shift and select each one of those panels. So select from top down, from dynamic to multiband to parametric, equalizer to denoise. Make sure they're all selected. Just hold down Shift, and once they're all selected, right click your mouse and this panel should show up that says save preset. Name it anything you want, vocal enhancer, microphone enhancer, best sounding audio, anything you want. Once you hit save, it's going to be in your effects panel like mine is, which I just call the Xherd voice preset. You just drag that preset, select all your audio clips on your timeline, and drag that one preset on, and it will add it to every single one of your audio clips. The way you have it already preset and is ready to use for every single one of your projects moving forward. But some last bonus tips when it comes to using shotgun microphones or any microphones plugged into your camera. You bought the microphone for a reason and you want it to do its job essentially. So in your camera settings, make sure the audio level is at 1. You don't want the camera to amplify the sound. Let the microphone do the job. If it's set to 0, you're not gonna get no audio whatsoever, but 1 is good enough. The second tip is the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus. The back of my settings, I have this set up. I have plus 20 dBs on a microphone, and then I have this kind of pattern to focus on the low frequencies and to high kind of frequency pattern. And with that, I've just found out that it produces the best sound out of this specific microphone. Both of those tips, match it up with this preset. I feel like I've improved my audio 100 times over, and also have recovered bad audio as well that I know will be of use to you, and you will utilize it and it will help you in some type of way. But yeah, audio is super important. I'm still learning, but you should learn. You should learn about audio settings and how to improve your audio. That's the whole other side of creating videos. Yes, it can look amazing. You can make it look beautiful. There's a whole other side to it, which is sound design. And you know, over here, it's all about becoming an overall great storyteller, filmmaker. It's not just focusing on one area. I want to be, me personally, I want to be well balanced and well rounded in every single field. So it will just only help your development. Again, I keep saying that, and it will only help your development and push you forward in the right direction as a creator and storyteller. Hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you built out your own preset. Until next video, be safe, always do what you love, and catch y'all in the next one.